Hey everybody, hope you're doing well, having a great night or day wherever you guys are. This is going to be a highly controversial episode, so hope you guys all enjoy and give me some great support down below in the comment section. As always, hope you guys all enjoy. Let's get into it. And I really had a debate with myself actually to share this first story with all of you guys, but allegedly Zoie Burgher last night actually started her own gaming organization or LLC known as Luke's Gaming. I'll show you guys those screenshots on screen, and for a brief instant I got very excited because of course I love new rosters, a potentially new eSports organization as well as a new CSGO team, but going forward guys, it is very unlikely and probably impossible this organization to go anywhere because it does seem as of right now they're pretty much going to recruit any beautiful women out there or pretty much anyone who looks like a porn star who wants to live stream for the company and make money doing that. I'll show you guys those pictures on screen, so obviously not a very serious thing. I'm not really sure why I'm sharing this with all of you guys. Yeah, that was a stupid story. And then lastly, for disappointing news for all of you guys, I did want to share with all of you Mojo, one of his latest videos, not his most recent one, but actually one before that, and is actually a Mojo strip video. Now, to clear the air, I actually had a strip case opening of my own. That included me, myself, and I. That was just myself, and it wasn't a sponsored gambling video, but Mojo released this video, and it's not only a strip video with another girl in it, it's also a drunk strip case opening. Now, my main problem with this is we see this in the FIFA community quite often. I got really disturbed when I saw this for the first time in the CSGO community, especially coming from Mojo, a guy with a large audience, obviously over 1 million subscribers, and a large audience that's actually underage, not only for drinking, but as well to kind of pervade this kind of thing where it's okay to actually have a woman strip on your videos. Now, to actually go into the video, guys, she didn't really take many of her clothes off. She took her jacket off, but there were a lot of cringy videos, cringy parts in this video, and as well as a lot of bad community feedback, you know, nearly 10,000 dislikes in the video already, and I'll show you guys some screenshots from the video as well as play you guys some clips of a really cringy part of this video that I thought was almost disturbing to watch, and the fact that it almost became like our previous story, like I was watching some kind of pornographic film or something that was just inappropriate for an audience. And I know me just saying that word in this video is probably getting my video flagged, but that's okay. I hope you guys all just kind of, you know, understand where I'm coming from. This kind of video is not the best content. Mojo has obviously had some amazing content in the last month or so, but this one actually kind of disappointed me. So here's the cringy clips.
Another piece of... It's gonna be very interesting video.
Nice.
Yes. Black.
You have a lip.
At least like make a sexy face for the thumbnail.
I can do like this.
Yeah.
And finally, some happier news for all of you. I'm sorry for those first two controversial news. I'm not trying to hate on anyone. I just wanted to share all those news stories with you and get your comments down below on the feedback of what you guys thought about that. But now, more importantly, we actually just announced about an hour ago, if you guys watched this video, KQLY has announced his official return to competitive CSGO with Vexed Gaming. Many of you guys know a couple weeks ago, we had the Copenhagen Games. It was the first return of a VAC pro player. That was Emilio, who joined up with ex-Godsent players or current Godsent players for Team Dream Chasers, and they did very well at the event. They actually placed and got a pretty big sum of money there. I think they got top 2 or 3 in that tournament. And now we have KQLY also returning to the scene with Vexed Gaming. Now, Vexed Gaming is actually going to sub him in for Alumet for ECN. Those are the Counter-Strike Nationals. It's a smaller tournament out there, but it will allow VACBAN, our former VACBAN players, and KQLY will get his chance for Vexed Gaming there. And it does seem if he does well, he'll be permanently replacing Alumet on that roster. I'll show you guys their roster on screen right now. So KQLY has his chance at ECN to actually prove himself to return to competitive play because someone actually finally gave him an offer. We knew this was going to happen eventually. You know, he said there was a point whatever percent chance of him coming back. We knew some team would take that risk, and that risky team is now Vexed Gaming. Now, on top of this, more Academy news for all of you guys. Envyus Academy has actually announced their new French roster. I'll show that on screen for all of you. This was leaked by Nell, so that's Envyus' new Academy roster. They acquired 2 of those members, though, from the Epsilon French roster. Now, why this is actually kind of funny news, I had no idea Epsilon had a French roster, just like G2 has a Spanish roster. So Epsilon's French roster is actually only 3 to 4 weeks old, and they already have lost 2 of those players to the new Envyus Academy roster. They replaced those 2 players with Remakes and MASH, as well as a 3rd player they added to their Epsilon French Academy roster. It seems like a younger roster, at least. Not sure if it's an Academy roster. Was Lipton. Lipton will replace their current member Malik, who's been moved to the inactive roster. So that's really cool. I'll show those rosters on screen for all of you guys. Epsilon French roster, as well as the new Envyus Academy roster. Academy teams keep on taking off. North America, where you at? 0 North American Academy teams. Just blows my mind. And then some very interesting news for all of you. We have every single year ever since 2014 a very, very old matchup here between Oxford and Cambridge. Those are universities and colleges around the world that many of you guys know are now starting to offer scholarships for esports, but these two universities out there, Oxford and Cambridge, have an annual battle of esports now ever since 2014, where they compete in several esports like Hearthstone, League of Legends, CSGO, Dota 2, as well as the fifth one I can't really think. I think it was Overwatch this year, and they compete for an annual trophy every single year. You know, the first 2 years it was actually Cambridge in 2014 and 2015. Oxford took the title last year, and this year 2017 taking the title once again was Oxford, and now tying the series at 2-2. Now what sports they actually won? They won the first 3 matches in CSGO, League, as well as Overwatch to take the trophy, guys. I didn't watch the last 2, and they actually did do quite well. So Oxford and Cambridge is kind of cool to see. If you guys do not know, these universities have been competing academically over the past 800 years, and now they've been competing for esports over the past 4. So it's kind of cool to see. The future of esports is definitely bright when we have universities like this definitely making this public. So congrats to Oxford and all you smart people who attend Oxford. Congrats on your trophy. And of course, I have to share some embarrassing news with all of you guys. Now again, I do love the Dignitas roster. Many of you guys know Mike Lely. We also have Peta as well as Fox and Rubino and J-Keem. I love the roster itself, but it's generally a pretty new roster, and as well as many people thought an overrated roster. We actually had PGL minor qualifiers going on this past weekend between 512 teams. It was crazy to see. There was best of ones all the way through until the actual playoffs, or the round of 16 actually, right before playoffs. It was best of ones, so it was actually free to enter, and over 500 teams did enter for the PGL European minor qualifier, and it was North Academy who took down Team Dignitas in a best of 3 series. It was actually a 2-0 sweep against Dignitas, and kind of an embarrassment there, but not so much because North Academy also went on to beat Penta and actually win the entire qualifier. So yeah, that was in semi-embarrassing news for many of you guys who thought that team was overrated. It does seem they are struggling a little bit. They lost to North Academy roster. Now on top of this, we also had Flusha tweet out this the other day, and people thought, oh my gosh, why is Flusha telling people to vote on this? And why the controversy was because he told people to go vote on his best play of the month, which some article actually for Fnatic, they do a monthly playbook, and that was the one play they chose for CSGO, and it was a 3K. So it seemed kind of lame. Everyone thought, okay, if that's Fnatic's best play throughout the month, then Fnatic is definitely struggling. I think as of right now, we can confirm, guys, the organization of Fnatic made Flusha tweet that out because it was his play, and he was forced to tweet that out because other forced tweets came out as well. They also they're always pretty much forced to tweet out about Fnatic gear and that kind of thing. So for all of you guys who are questioning, oh my gosh, Flusha, why'd you do that? He was most likely asked to by Fnatic to actually promote that, because I'm doubting Flusha would actually say, you know, let's promote every single 3K I have, because we've seen many better plays from Flusha himself. So that kind of was not too embarrassing, but it did happen. It does seem for right now, the April playbook for CSGO for Fnatic, the best play they could actually find was a 3K by Flusha. Boom! And that was too exciting. Hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. It is so good to be back. I cannot thank you guys enough for my last video, almost breaking 500 likes. It was insane. Now the views are down, but that does not matter at all. When I see almost 500 likes and like 10 dislikes, that is insane. Thank you all so much for the great feedback. Thank you all for the great comments. Please leave a comment on this video. I have time later today to reply to most of those comments, so please leave me something nice or leave me some constructive criticism. As always, live, love, laugh, love. Remember, my name is Jake. Remember, I like you. I will see you all next time. Remember, I like you.